Good evening and welcome to a new season of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Benjamin Iaia, joined here by our forecaster, Dennis Khrulov. And Dennis, I must say, it's been a very active couple of days here across central Pennsylvania.
So you are definitely correct. We've had showers and storms plague the state. This is because we've been on the eastern edge of a rather massive heat dome that has been impacting much of the central United States. Here we've been having cooler temperatures, but definitely more precipitation.
I don't know about you, but I'd much rather deal with some clouds and some cooler temperatures than having to deal with that excessive heat across the central U.S.
Especially with students moving back on campus, it would have been a nightmare with high heat combined with that.
And speaking of nightmares, California recently experienced Hurricane Hillary, and we have a feature on that which highlights all the excessive flooding that they experienced there.
And we have some interesting nature and news stories lined up from pests to high heat. Anyway, let's jump into the first story this evening.
According to NASA, July 2023 was the warmest month ever recorded globally. On the map, the temperature anomaly was over 3 degrees Celsius than the 1951 through 1980 climate average for the July temperature across many locations in the world, including Peru, the Iberian Peninsula, and portions of maritime Canada. Several other locations recorded average monthly temperatures, including the Southeast Asia, Australia, the U.S. West Coast, Alaska, and portions of Antarctica. Only eastern parts of Antarctica experienced an average of 3 degrees lower than the July normal. Patagonia and Argentina, Wisconsin and Minnesota, and Namibia experienced near to slightly below average July temperatures. NASA also reported that July 2023 was 0.42 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than any other July recorded, and 2.1 degrees warmer than a 30-year period between 1951 and 1980. Compared to the July average temperature globally recorded from 1880, the trend shows that a majority of recent Julys, which is 1970 onward, have been much above the climatological average from 1951 to 1980. In fact, July 6th was the warmest day ever recorded globally, according to the University of Maine.
The spotted lanternfly, an invasive insect, is taking its toll across the state of Pennsylvania. The lanternfly was first discovered in Berks County, located in southeastern Pennsylvania, back in 2014. To identify one, look for gray wings with black spots, with hind wings a brighter red color. Why should one care about these particular insects? As stated earlier, they are indeed invasive by damaging many plants and creating a disruptive environment for those outdoors. These insects feed off of grapevines, maples, black walnut, and other plants in our state. According to an economy study carried out at Penn State, these pests will drain Pennsylvania's economy by $324 million annually. The spotted lanternflies are currently found in 51 counties across the state. If you ever see one of these insects, it is highly recommended you squash it and report it online through the Pennsylvania Department of Agricultural website. Do not worry, they do not sting nor bite.
Starting on August 8th, a series of wildfires were sparked across the islands of Hawaii, with the most notable and destructive being in Lahaina, on Maui's western shore. This historic fire was the product of ingredients to spark a widespread fire coming together to fan the flames to a monumental scale. With a strong high-pressure system located over the Central Pacific, leading to dry conditions throughout the state and through a majority of the summer. Along with Hurricane Dora near peak intensity, the pressure difference accelerated the winds at the surface. This deadly combination of intense wind and dry conditions is what forced the fire to grow. Downsloping winds from the mountainous terrain across Maui accelerated the winds, as evident by the figure. As of August 21st, 2023, more than 114 people have been killed, with over 850 people still reported as missing. Future forecasts unfortunately show very little rain across Maui and Hawaii as a whole.
As we head into the final weekend of August, we'll have more dry hours compared to wet hours, making it a pretty great weekend to get outdoors. Starting off on Friday, we're going to have warm and dry conditions across much of the Commonwealth. The cold front that impacted our state yesterday that brought showers and thunderstorms will be down to the south, bringing the potential showers and thunderstorms down to Virginia and Kentucky, where they might see a few strong to severe thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening hours. But otherwise, here in State College, warm, sunny with a mix of sun and clouds. Heading into Saturday, the cold front that will be sagging south from Canada will begin to have some impacts on our region as we see this approach. We'll have some isolated showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening hours. However, Saturday will not be a complete washout, so don't get too scared of seeing the green on the map for your Saturday. And taking a look at Sunday, high pressures in control. We'll have the cooler Canadian air settle into our region, making it feel a bit more like fall than summer, but otherwise mostly sunny and dry to end off your weekend on Sunday. Will be a great day to get outdoors. So starting off with Friday, high of 82 degrees with more clouds than sunshine, but otherwise a pretty warm afternoon. Make sure to get outdoors and enjoy it. Heading into Friday night, we'll get down to a low of 62 degrees, so a fairly mild and average night with mostly cloudy skies. And then for Saturday, although there's a chance for showers and storms, there won't be showers and storms the entire day. Again, isolated showers and storms with a high of 77 degrees. If you're getting outdoors, make sure to bring that umbrella just in case you're under one of those isolated showers or storms, but otherwise a pretty fair afternoon. Looking into Saturday night, we'll see a low of 60 degrees, another pretty mild night with mostly cloudy skies. And to close off the weekend, we'll head to a high of 71 degrees with mostly sunny skies. It's going to be a great day to get outdoors. We'll have that humidity gone and those high summer-like conditions gone as well, making it feel a bit more like fall. Anyway, up next, we'll have David Guerrero with his feature on LA and hurricanes.
Los Angeles, home to Hollywood palm trees and sunny weather. Nevertheless, this will not be the case in the coming week as they are preparing for the arrival of Hurricane Hilary. This will be the first tropical cyclone to hit California in over 80 years, and it begs me to ask the question, why this is the case and why we haven't seen any tropical cyclone activity in this region for so long. Before Hurricane Hilary, the last tropical cyclone to hit California in the 20th century was the 1939 storm known as El Gordonazo. This rare event resulted in significant floods across Southern California, claiming the lives of at least 45 people and causing $2 million in damage. An additional 48 people perished at sea due to the storm. The torrential rains brought by El Gordonazo included 5.24 inches in Los Angeles in just 24 hours. Nevertheless, over 8 decades after the 1939 storm, this sprawling metropolis has experienced a remarkable absence of tropical cyclones, an extraordinary feat in a global context where these colossal storms regularly unleash their fury upon coastal communities. However, there are multiple reasons for this long absence. Geographical factors play a pivotal role in safeguarding the City of Angels from the destructive impacts of tropical cyclones. Unlike the warmer waters of the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico, where tropical cyclones frequently gather strength, the sea surface temperatures off the Los Angeles coast remain lower than average.
You don't have that kind of fuel in the oceans close to California to be able to sustain a hurricane, because that's what hurricanes feed off of to first order, is that kind of that energy stashed away in the oceans that you see in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico and the sort of the Western Atlantic.
In the peak of hurricane season, the warmest waters along the California coast reach around 75 degrees on the San Diego beaches. Just offshore, where hurricanes require warm waters to form, temperatures drop to 65 degrees, far from the 80 degrees needed for tropical development. California's average temperatures during hurricane season range from 60 to 72 degrees over the open ocean. While remnants of tropical storms can occasionally reach California, instances of sea surface temperatures around 80 degrees as needed for tropical development are extremely rare. This temperature disparity reduces the likelihood of cyclone genesis in the region, further solidifying Los Angeles' reputation as a tropical cyclone-free haven. Another factor is the presence of formidable upper-level winds that often divert incoming storms away from this picturesque coastline. These winds act as a protective barrier, further diminishing the chances of a direct hit on Southern California. While these factors have been effective in fending off tropical cyclones in the area, the arrival of Hurricane Hilary proved that a well-timed combination of meteorological elements is enough to overcome these natural barriers.
And this was really the perfect combination of ingredients where you had that kind of El Nino background state where the waters were very warm compared to average in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean. And you also had this well positioned trough of low pressure. Hurricanes are steered to first order by the environmental wind around them. And you had this low pressure system that's parked off the coast that was basically able to take Hurricane Hilary and scoop it northward at a relatively high speed.
While the region has enjoyed an extraordinary absence of such storms for over 8 decades, a combination of geographical, meteorological, and oceanic factors has played a crucial role in safeguarding the City of Angels from their destructive impacts. However, as demonstrated by the arrival of Hurricane Hilary, nature's defenses can be overcome when the right meteorological elements align. This event serves as a reminder that while Southern California may have been fortunate in avoiding tropical cyclones for an extended period, it is not immune to their potential threats. Preparedness and vigilance remain essential for residents and authorities alike, as climate patterns and atmospheric conditions can be unpredictable. This also teaches us that the past is not always an accurate predictor of the future in the world of weather and natural disasters. For Weather or Not, I'm David Guerrero.
And now up for your extended forecast. But first, let's take a look at your weekend recap. So again, Friday, we're going to have sun and clouds with high temperatures making it into the lower 80s. Not a bad day to get outdoors, but a little bit hot and a little bit humid. As we head into Saturday, we're going to have isolated PM thunderstorms with a few showers possible. It won't be wet all day on Saturday, but make sure to, again, bring your umbrellas and rain jackets if you're planning to be outdoors. And then Sunday is going to be your picture-perfect day of the weekend with high temperatures only making it into the lower 70s with mostly sunny skies. Anyway, let's jump into next week's forecast. We're going to have a low pressure system begin to impact our region Monday and Tuesday, bringing extended cloud cover and rain showers, especially on Tuesday. And look at that, temperatures will be well below average, with highs suddenly making it into the lower 70s for both Monday and Tuesday. And Tuesday, we're going to have extensive rain showers, so that will be a great day to stay indoors. And by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll begin to see improvement to the forecast with, again, showers possible on Wednesday, but not too widespread, a little bit isolated on Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday, we'll see those sunny skies return. But again, temperatures only stay into the low to mid 70s, so it'll be a great way to end August as we start to head into September.
And now it's time for your Weather Whiz quiz. And this week, we'll be taking a look at the rainfall totals across California from Hurricane Hilary. And in fact, we're going to be looking at Death Valley. And we're asking you guys, how much rain did Death Valley receive due to Tropical Storm Hilary? Was it A, 1.75 inches? Was it B, 2.20 inches? Was it C, 2.8 inches of rain? Or was it D, 5.25 inches? If you selected B, 2.2 inches of rain, you'd be correct. And Dennis, I have to say that 2.2 inches of rain that fell in California in one day was actually Death Valley's annual rainfall total for an entire year.
So that is pretty crazy, especially since Death Valley saw temperatures in the 130-degree range just several weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been absolutely insane how active the weather patterns have been across the West. But thank you for joining us this evening, and join us next weekend for another episode of Weather or Not. Have a good evening.